to see you. Go ahead and take your seat. Okay. And we're gonna begin this session the way we always do. We're gonna ground ourselves. So go ahead and put your feet flat on the ground. Let me set this down for a moment. And put our feet flat on the ground, and go ahead and place your hands on your knees. You can fold them in your lap if you like. We want to uncross anything, and we're just gonna take a nice calming breath together. Okay, and we're gonna breathe in. As you breathe in, focusing on breathing in lightness, positivity, goodness, and exhaling negativity, anxiety, and stress. Okay? Go. Very nice. 2 more times. Go. And last time. Go. Very good. Bringing your attention here into the room. It's just you and me for the next few moments. We're not going to worry about all the stresses of our lives, the things that are happening, whatever you're going to do after this, or what you were worrying about before this. We're just going to be present and focused right here and right now. Okay? Good. Now, you had mentioned that you wanted to work on, you said you wanted to quit vaping. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. Yeah, it's very challenging. Yeah, I mean, I have some experience with that. Yeah. Well, I remember, I'll tell you a quick story. The way I got into the world of nicotine, it was very silly. It was very silly. I was 21 years old, which is very, very late by nicotine standards. Yeah, most people, I think the stats are if you make it to 16 and you don't smoke or vape, the odds of you smoking or vaping start going off a cliff. And if you make it to 18, it's really, really, really highly unlikely that you'll pick up that habit. But I, in my youthful wisdom, I was an actor, darlings, and I thought it was important as an actor that I could smoke cigarettes on camera effectively and look like I actually smoked cigarettes. I thought this was important for really stupid reasons. It's not. And I was in France with my girlfriend at the time. And I remember we were down in the south of France. We were in Nice. Or was it Cannes? I think we were in Nice in France. And down there, I mean, everybody and their dog, this is like the early 2000s, and everybody and their dog was smoking like a chimney, like, oh, very, very French, they sitting around in their cafes, smoking cigarettes and having coffees and whatever. And my girlfriend and I at the time thought, hey, kind of like when in Rome kind of a thing, and like, what if we just tried smoking a little bit, just see what it's about. And so we bought a pack of Dunhills, cigarettes, and we sat out at a cafe, as French people do, and we sat there and we started smoking cigarettes. And at first, you're like, kind of gross, but after a couple of days or whatever, you kind of start to get used to it, and then before you know it, you kind of start to like it. And then before you know it, you're addicted. And, I mean, nicotine is highly addictive. It's very addictive. And this is before vaping was ever a thing. And I remember, you know, cutting back home after the trip and continuing to occasionally to buy cigarettes. And I was a light smoker. I would only smoke in the evenings, and maybe like between like two to 5 cigarettes a night. So a light smoker. And I stayed that way for quite a while. But I just kept doing it, you know. The habit kept reinforcing itself. Fast forward 10 years. This new thing comes out, vaping. And vaping, the beauty of vaping is it got me to quit cigarettes. So I actually, you know, kind of owed a debt of gratitude to a company called Juul. I don't think they exist anymore. But Juul kind of got me, not kind of, it absolutely got me, helped me quit cigarettes, no doubt. But then I got hooked on the vaping. And the problem with vaping is that, boy, that's an easy one to hide, right? Doesn't smell, tastes good, doesn't leave that nasty flavor in your mouth, so you're not sitting there just, you know, waking up in the morning and like tasting that cigarette tobacco nonsense. And it has as much nicotine, and so it becomes incredibly addictive. And to make things worse, you know, vaping indoors is like, it's not that big a deal. Like, at least with cigarettes, right? Like, you had to go outside, you know, and it made you leave, and you had to put effort in to go have a cigarette. On the other hand, it was nice because you could claim, like, oh, I need to go have a cigarette break. And so it gave millions of people an excuse to stop working and go outside and take a little break. It was a weird kind of like a life hack back in the day. And because so many people used to smoke, including the bosses, that, you know, you said, hey, boss, let me go have a cigarette break. Well, they want their own cigarette break, so they're like, yeah, go take a cigarette break. And then you can go take 10 minutes and then come back to work or whatever. It was ridiculous. But then, you know, along comes vaping. And, you know, you can, if you're working, you can vape at your computer. You know, you can vape inside your house and so forth. And so it becomes this really difficult thing to break. And what eventually has to happen, if you want to break any negative habit that you have, right? Okay, so you wanna quit, all right? You have to get really clear on why. You have to get really razor clear on why you want to quit vaping. Now, you can have your own reasons. For me, it was multiple reasons. It was multiple reasons. Number one, it's expensive. It's a very expensive habit. Two, I hated being so beholden to it. You know, it was like if I was gonna go someplace, and it was like, okay, do I have like all my vape paraphernalia? Do I have like my backup vape juice, my vape, you know, this is before. Now they're all contained in like a single disposable. So it's actually even easier now, almost harder to quit because they make it so convenient. But like I was thinking, like, okay, I have my phone, my keys, my wallet, my vape, and I hated that. I hated the feeling of being so addicted to something. And look, the jury's still out on, you know, is vaping better than smoking cigarettes? My gut tells me it's less harmful. Now, the medical science, though, the jury's still out. We don't know the long-term effects yet. It's too new fundamentally. My intuition tells me it's probably not as harmful as smoking cigarettes, but it's certainly not good for you. And then I was listening to you know, Andrew Huberman. You ever heard of him? He's a famous neuropsychologist out of Stanford. And I remember listening to him talk about it on a podcast. And he said, you know, like, first of all, it's gross. Like, I don't find it attractive to watch somebody vaping. It doesn't look cool to me. It doesn't look attractive. It doesn't look sexy. It looks stupid. As somebody once put it, it's like sucking on a robot dick, basically. So you have this oral fixation, the habit of drawing the vape to your mouth and right? And again, it's just, it doesn't look cool. There's nothing useful about it to me. Now, I had a weird ancillary benefit that I was not expecting upon quitting, which was my sleep improved exponentially. You know, we all know that nicotine is a stimulant. It's a nootropic. There are some that say, well, you know, there are possible benefits to nicotine, like increasing your cognitive ability, and that may be true. It certainly keeps you more awake. There's arguments for the benefits of nicotine, very similar to caffeine, right? Caffeine is also very addictive, and there are certainly benefits to caffeine, as you can say there are benefits to nicotine. However, vaping by itself, though, is just a monkey around your neck, and it's such an annoying monkey because, as I said, it doesn't stink. It seems like it's not that pejorative to your health. Maybe. The jury's still out. But man, it is one of those habits that is, as you are aware, extremely difficult to give up. And I had given it up once before, about 4 years ago. I had given it up. And I got through the hump. The first 2 weeks are the worst. And then I quit for like 6 months. So I was basically free and clear at that point. And then for reasons unknown, I think I justified it because it's like, well, you know, nicotine's an appetite suppressant, so if I want to lose a little weight, I would like start vaping or something stupid. And started up again. And then, but I was using the old technology, not the new stuff with the nicotine salts in it. And when I tried these new disposable vapes with their nicotine salts, I was just like, dude, this is just like, it was profoundly addictive. Okay, so I get it. All right. And the way I've quit is I had to decide as you will have to decide that you're sick of it, that you are done with it, okay? You're over it. You're done. And unfortunately, only you can make that decision. Hypnosis might help, might not. There's many things and tools to help you quit. It might help you to have like a fake, something for the oral fixation of drawing on something. It might help to have like a blank. There are several products out there that don't have any nicotine, they don't have anything, but they provide you the sensation of drawing, that deep, and even that, it's almost like taking a calming breath, isn't it? You go, all right, it kind of relaxes you, and so that might help you. But ultimately, in the end, you have to decide that you are done with it, that you're tired of being beholden to this product. You're tired of being like, do I have this? Do I have my vape with me? That you are sick of the wasting so much money. It's an expensive habit. And you have to decide that you are done with it. And unfortunately, until you truly decide that, you probably won't quit. And I wish there was some wonderful magic formula that I could tell you. It's like, this is how you quit. It's something that you have to just choose. Now, a great trick, though, for getting over any habit or addiction that you are ready to get rid of is to take it one moment at a time. In other words, you're going to have cravings, and you're really going to want to have a vape, have a draw. And when you do, I want you to remind yourself that, okay, you can make it another minute without it. You can go 5 more minutes. In 10 minutes, you can have a vape. In 10 minutes, you know what? You can go ahead and vape. And then you can go, once you get to that, you can say, I can go another 10 minutes. Then you can go, okay, I could go in 1 hour. I can have a vape. In 1 hour, I can have a vape, or whatever. And then you get to the really point where you go, okay, tomorrow, I'm gonna vape tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow, I can vape. I'm gonna let myself vape, but not today. Tomorrow. And that's kind of the magic trick. And it's not that you're not ever gonna maybe, fall off the wagon, as they say, or have you might, be at a party or something, break down, and you're like, let me just have like a hit off somebody's vape or something. It might happen. In fact, it probably will happen. Maybe not, I don't know. But just keep focused. Just keep reminding yourself that tomorrow I have permission. I'm going to give myself permission that tomorrow I can vape. And then when tomorrow comes, Usually you can be like, I can go one more day, tomorrow. And it just gets easier, you know? Over time it gets easier. I'm not going to say you'll never not want to have it, okay? It's not normally how addictions work, unfortunately. There's always a part of you that will always want to vape. That will always want that nicotine hit. And that's just part of the life. Part of the choice that you made. Which is why, of course, it's so much better to not start in the first place. You know, if you can avoid it at all costs, do avoid it at all costs, if you can. But if you do end up having, you know, that nicotine addiction, I don't think it ever truly goes away, 100%. Who knows? Maybe. It does get a lot easier over time, okay? So, your homework, you know, is write down why you want to quit. Also, write down what you like about it, because let's be honest, there's things that you like about it, and don't deny that fact. Don't pretend, okay, that there's nothing you don't like about it. Don't deny reality. Be very honest with yourself. What do you like about it? And what do you not like about it? And be very clear that you are over it. You're done with it. You don't want this a part of your life anymore. You're ready to move on and lay this to rest. Okay? So can you do that? Yeah. And it's not going to be easy. Okay? Especially the first 2 weeks. Those are the hardest. Those are the hardest. But look at me. You can do it. Alright? You can do it. It's hard. And you can do it. And at the same time, it's easy. You have to decide. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay? I believe in you. I believe in you. And, well, I'll see you next week, and you can let me know how you're doing, alright? Okay? So are you ready to put it down? Yeah. Alright, I'm proud of you. Okay? I'm proud of you. It's not easy. And you can do it. And when those cravings get really tough, remind yourself, okay, I can vape tomorrow, but not today. Alright? Go get him. You got this. You got this.